back to another edition of SmackDown Lite. Just a quick snippet of what happened on SmackDown this week, right here on The Real Deal TV and WrestleLogic, keeping people logical about their wrestling. And once again, how we grade this is we will either give it a 2 thumbs up, 1 thumb up, no thumbs up, 1 thumb down, or 2 thumbs down, depending on how we feel that it ranked today. So let's see how SmackDown stacked up this week. So first off, The Miz arrives, and of course he's with his wife Maurice and their little daughter, showing up in a big limo, all the pomp and circumstance. Good to see him back. Good to see Maurice back as well. It's been a long time since we have seen her on WWE television, so nice to see that. And then of course we hit the ring for one of my favorite moments of the entire week in WWE television. Randy Orton comes out and just delivers an on-fire promo telling why it is that he has turned completely heel, turned on Jeff Hardy, turns back on everybody. And basically what it boils down to is that it's the fans' fault that they are just getting behind everyone but him, not showing him the respect he deserves for being around as long as he has, and that he is just going to start wiping the floor with everybody on the roster, and he's starting with Jeff Hardy. Great stuff to see. Heel Randy is the right Randy that we needed back on WWE television. Keep it up, Randy. So then next, kind of caught me off guard, but we have Andrade Cien Almas coming out to take on Rusev. And at first I was really excited about this because I was hoping maybe this was going to give Rusev a win, but then I'm like, but Andrade needs a win too, so I kind of got torn on this whole bit, and Andrade ends up getting the win because of some shenanigans outside the ring with the two ladies. Aiden comes out, and it just causes havoc, and then of course we have a backstage segment afterward, because Rusev took the loss, and it just turned into a mess, and now Rusev thinks that neither Aiden or Lana are right for Rusev Day, creating some good tension there. It's going to be great to see where this ends up going. I'm predicting a Rusev versus Aiden at SummerSlam. We'll see what happens. R-Truth backstage with Ty Dillinger, because apparently they're best friends now, but R-Truth back, was kind of shocked to see that. So he comes out and decides to wrestle Samoa Joe. Got some offense in the beginning, but we all kind of knew where this was going to go, because Samoa Joe obviously needs to look like a beast. He's kind of the Braun Strowman, but on SmackDown. So of course he does. Totally takes down R-Truth. It's kind of sad to see R-Truth's first match back, and he just gets squashed by Samoa Joe. But Samoa Joe looked great, and I want to continue seeing this. Next match was almost kind of the exact same thing, but on the women's division, because Asuka really needs to start getting a push again after losing the streak, and she's just been kind of, I don't know, just shoved completely down with all the losses against Carmella and the issues with Ellsworth as well. So it's good to see her get a victory, but I'm almost afraid it's almost too little too late at this point. So we'll see what goes on from here on out. Then AJ comes out with Paige. We're going to find out who AJ is going to be taking on for the championship at SummerSlam. And we're all excited. There's a big drum roll, and James Ellsworth comes out and says that he deserves a title shot because he's beaten AJ 3 times, which, yes, he has, but I swear if it was going to be Ellsworth versus AJ at SummerSlam, I don't know if I even would have watched SummerSlam. As much as I think James Ellsworth is hilarious, he doesn't deserve a title shot. So he ends up getting having words with Paige. Paige ends up firing him and literally kicking him out of the building. And in the meantime, there it is, Joe out, coquina clutch to AJ in the middle of the ring, making him look like an absolute beast again. He signs the contract, and there you have it. We're going to have Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles at SummerSlam. Going to be awesome. Looking forward to that. I certainly hope that's headlining over Brock and Roman, but of course that ain't going to happen. We're not going to get that, but we can always wish. So backstage afterwards, Paige is kind of yelling at Samoa Joe. She's like, "That's not the way you should have handled it." And he's like, "What are you talking about? It was phenomenal." Love Samoa Joe. Can't wait to see where this goes. And then, of course, there's some talk with Carmella, because Carmella's mad that Paige fired James Ellsworth. And Paige is like, "Sorry, baby girl," and her little baby girl thing, which kind of annoys me, but then sends her out to the front because she's taking on my girl Becky. Yes, and Becky gets the victory with the disarmer. So good to see that, because now it's going to be Carmella versus Becky at SummerSlam for the championship. Can't wait. That's going to be probably one of the matches I'm looking forward to the most. Up next, we had the announcement on Twitter, actually, that there's going to be a tag team tournament to find out who's going to be the next contenders for the Bludgeon Brothers Tag Team Championship. So we have the first match of said tournament. It's the New Day taking on Sanity. Great match overall. Loved the work, but I was really disappointed in the booking on this, because I'm wondering why Sanity is losing again and continuing to be shoved down the card. I don't understand it, but I'm hoping there's a reason. I'm hoping there's a plan. I mean, it was exciting because then the bar returned, and we haven't seen the bar on TV for a long time. So glad to see that. Hoping that it turns out that they end up being the ones against the Bludgeon Brothers, since obviously it's not going to be Sanity. So if that's the case, I guess yay, but still was mad to see Sanity eating another loss. Then backstage once again, Miz, just some great stuff here. Everything with this whole Miz thing and pushing Miz and Mrs. coming up tonight, which was actually a very funny show, by the way. If you did not catch it, I highly recommend if you can go back and on demand or something. Very funny show. I'm actually looking forward to see how this turns out. It's basically Keeping Up with the Kardashians on crack. So anyway, I give that 2 thumbs up. But back to business. So Paige was apparently supposed to get a babysitter, which she did, which ended up being Sin Cara, and of course The Miz wasn't having any of that. So brings the baby out to the ring with Maurice to do the big kickoff show for Miz and Mrs. But of course Daniel Bryan interrupts, and up on the Titantron, if that's what we're calling it anymore, I'm still going to call it the Titantron. It's always been the Titantron to me. I think they're just calling it the big screen now. But up on what I'm calling the Titantron, with a video package that's all the most embarrassing moments of the Miz's career. But then he comes out anyway. And shockingly, though, he gets taken out by The Miz thanks to a thrown baby. Great stuff. Great way to end it, even though it wasn't a match. Still a great way to end SmackDown. And SmackDown, to me, still continues to be the superior show. Is now totally the A show over Raw. Just great overall. All the stories are moving forward properly. There's some seeds being planted throughout. I look forward to seeing if this ends up to be Miz versus Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam. Do they have enough time to continue to build it, or maybe they have too much time? We'll see how it pans out in the coming weeks. So once again, how do we grade this? We give it either 2 thumbs up, 1 thumb up, no thumbs up, 1 thumb down, or 2 thumbs down. Last week I got 2 thumbs up. I really enjoyed this show, but I'm just going to go with 1 thumb up this week. Still very good, but to be honest, the Rusev loss and the Sanity loss kept him from getting both thumbs up. But once again, great show. Great to see SmackDown continuing to move forward properly. Can't wait to see what happens next week. Once again, this was another edition of SmackDown Lite right here on the Real Deal TV and WrestleLogic, making sure we're keeping people logical about their wrestling. Make sure you like the video, share the video, subscribe to the YouTube page. It really helps us out to make sure we're keeping people logical about their wrestling. We'll see you next week for another edition of SmackDown Lite.